Hola, my lovers. It's MJ from Love TV. Happy to be here with you. OPHIUCHUS, you guys are my... Sorry, I'm distracted. I dropped my cards and I just don't want to lose any, basically. So I'm just checking under the sofa. I'll have to grab it later. Anywho, I am live. You guys are my final reading for the month of July. I'm just creating the playlist and updating that for you all. Thank you for your comments and the likes and all that kind of stuff when you guys are here. And of course, thank you for your bookings and your purchases. All to Love, thanks you greatly. All to Love is my brand, guided by the heart spice. Lots of empathy over here and compassion. Long time vegan, 10 years unplugged from mainstream media. Quite very intuitive my whole life. And so, yes, it's an absolute joyful pleasure to be here. I've had some recent kind of cool insights around the sign of OPHIUCHUS, which I want to share in this live share. And I will, of course, pull cards for us as well, highlighting the energies for the month of July. Every sign is having a major transformation. Ultimately, we've been in this super duper intensive portal for years, ultimately, and yet it's like it's really picking up speed. You could say it's accelerating. The transformational global paradigm shift energies are speeding up. Thus, for our own personal, I guess, well-being, what we want to do inside ourselves is slow down as much as possible. Have a sense of intention and like sacred connection in everything we do, and be extraordinarily mindful with what we're engaging with on an information level. Bearing in mind, information is light code. So and we're light code. Everything's one in essence. So whatever we're engaging with, if it's feeling shitty and fearful and stressful, don't engage with it. That's your personal power. It's straight up legit. It's right here, right now. Is if it's feeling good, hang out. If it's not feeling good, detach, walk away. Be responsible for yourself, basically. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, which means we're coming into a time in our human history that our personal sovereignty, our uniqueness, our personal truth and authenticity is the one leading us to a higher harmonic in co-creation. Because that sense of Aquarian isn't a selfish personal I, it's the I for the whole. So like All to Love is very much an Aquarian age brand, because it comes from my own deep desire for a more compassionate world. Because of my empathy, a lot of my awakening experiences were simply feeling the pain and suffering of other in my reality, violence to other animals and violence and oppression toward other cultures and people. I just, in my heart space, was like, why is this the way it is? Like, why is this? And thus my own spiritual awakening and transformation to be the change I wish to see in the world. So I do my best to live what I preach. And yet I just a human being like everybody else who, and that's part of, I have published a book based on my own spiritual awakening journey, which the essence is like how to chill and become sovereign, how to become well. And at the same time, even with this, I'm aware that it might resonate with everybody, right? But in my personal direct life experience, my emotional healing was the crux of my transformational journey. And it is something that I think people don't talk about because, well, it's ugly and painful to heal emotionally. So enough about me, my lovers, except for the fact that I also have clothing. If you ever want to buy one of these Love Hot rainbow sweatshirts or t-shirts, you feel free, you can. Hey, Steph, how are you? Hi, E. Welcome to All to Love TV, my lovers. I will endeavor to stay really focused today. I'm just going to be doing the general read for the sign of OPHIUCHUS. Now, my insight for OPHIUCHUS is that it's relevant to our transformational energy on the globe, and in a very broad sweep, intuitive sense, the OPHIUCHUS energy is representative of the higher octave for all of us, not just a higher octave of Scorpio, although it could be representative of that based on where it is in the zodiac. It's not a 13th sign of the zodiac wheel. That's what my understanding is, having done a bit further research into the astrology. It's that there isn't a 13th sign. The 12th sign of the zodiac is what it is. And yet, as we are living in a shift of the ages, we pull into our consciousness field an ideation of a 13th sign, which I perceive that as a bridge to the beginning of the new higher octave. So it's not in addition to a 12 sign zodiac, it's a bridge into a higher octave, which means all of us, whether we're an Aries, whether we're a Capricorn, whether we're a Scorpio, we can all use the Ophiuchus sign as a symbol for us to represent the highest form or the highest octave of our personal sign. So like I'm an Aries, and Aries, could be the god of war or goddess of war. Aries could be somebody that is aggressive and angry and temperamental, which I've exhibited all of that. And through my own spiritual practice, been able to heal enough stuff to become less explosive. To manage that, right? To endeavor to be more of the representation of the higher octave Aries, which is pioneering, pushing forward more tenets of peace and love and all that kind of stuff. So there's still like a warrior essence to the Aries and a cardinal energy of wanting to move forward. But from the Ophiuchus point of view, from that higher octave, Aries is birthing a new paradigm of peace on earth. Right? So we're not Aries the warmonger. It's Aries, the baby. Aries, the baby ram that has been born into a divine new earth. So, hey Jamal, how are you? Welcome to my channel, you guys. It's really nice to have you here. I'm just going to pull some cards for Ophiuchus. I did a little blurb just then about my intuitive understanding. My intuition always evolves with all y'all. So, yeah, bear that in mind. And with any of this stuff, just be super discerning at what resonates. Hang out there. If it don't resonate, then you don't need to take on that information. And that's any information, not just a tarot or occult. And that's the thing in our global, in the old paradigm, all of this sort of stuff, intuition, spirituality, occult wisdom, ancient teaching sort of gets pushed aside or like poo-pooed by our mainstream culture. And dare I say, there's more truth and wisdom in this stuff than what the mainstream culture is propagating as truth and wisdom. Like, as much as we can love the Justin Biebers of the world, it's not necessarily that these people in our mainstream world are propagating a positive message. If anything, there's a very subversive, disempowered messaging that goes on in our mainstream media, which all to love wants to like emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but yourself can free your mind. All to love is like a freedom brand, basically. Like, break free, discover your truth, my loves. Okay. So, Ophiuchus, holla at ya, ain't no holla back now. Oh, I have mega hot love. You guys, I really appreciate the comments and stuff because it's super useful to me to get to know you guys. And just as a feedback of the resonance, like how these readings are resonating. And when you book private readings as well, it's just a joy to get to know people through the intuition, basically. And these, because my intention with these reads is always simply divine guidance and loving clarity. And so often I don't even know what I say in the readings. And yet people are like, oh my God, you were reading my life. I'm like, I remember. That's an intuition. Okie dokie. And again, all the info is in the description box, you guys. Feel free. Or you can just message me if you want to book a private reading, but it's easier just to book it through the website. There is a lot of pinnacle here for the Ophiuchus lovers. Ten of Pentacle, Six of Pentacle, Queen of Pentacle, and a Six of Cups. Um, I need clarity. There's a seven of swords, which sometimes can be representative of like deception, sneakiness, or maybe somebody's watching you. What's that song, that police song? Every move I make, every time I think, I mean, it's kind of a creepy song because I'm pretty sure it's about like spying on somebody. Okay, I'm going to noodle with it. So there's one interpretation coming through here. This is somebody from your past who's watching you. They are watching you rise. They I think they might want to make an offer, but they're not coming off as that, like, they're sneaking around. They're watching you from different angles, and they're seeing you as abundant. They're seeing you as rising into this greater balance and having more justice. And I'm not digging on that energy, I'm afraid. But all the other cards for you, Ophiuchus, are looking swish. Temperance is asking for you to pay a little bit more attention to your, I'm hearing something about drink more water. It's like some shit like that, right? Like take maybe a bit more downtime. I'm resonating with this as well. Mental note to self. Drink more water, take more downtime. As in, make sure you're finding that ebb and flow and balance with your working life, your love life, your social life, your, right? It's because there's Ten of Pentacle here. On this, this closing off the cycle with the July Capricorn full moon. Okay, so we're now closing this portal of the transit, coming into our home space of nurture to build these new worlds that we've been intending to create. So it would appear that you're getting the resource, the money, the people, the abundance and support that you need is landing for you early July, which is then very really anchoring in a sense of greater balance. And yet the up level could just throw you off ever so slightly. That's why temperance is there. Not to mention this weird Seven of Sword energy. This very much feels like a person. And because it's next to the Six of Cups, I'm thinking this is somebody from your past, likely somebody that you were in a relationship or somebody that you felt a soulmate connection with. They're seeing you as abundant and they're looking back. It's like this feeling of this person is reflecting on the relationship, possibly feeling a bit like, fucked it. Like this person's super wealthy. They see you as a Queen of Pentacle. They see you as an incredibly abundant person, and or flip it into like they've seen you rise. They're seeing you making more pentacle. They're seeing you receiving maybe a certain amount of accolade or recognition, and they're looking back, reflecting on the relationship. This could be something here. Well, there's certainly no compromise for you when it comes to this relationship, and it's from A Course in Miracles, my lovers, as well, that the teacher of God doesn't compromise. You don't compromise your integrity for other ever, regardless of what mental excuses humans make about what relationships are, like really hard or blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mean you compromise your integrity ever. I'm going to get just a bit more clarity with who's the Seven of Swords? What's going on with the Seven of Swords? What's going on with the Seven of Swords? Yeah, they're seeing you work. They're seeing you really, really do the work. And I just have an intuitive feeling. Yeah. This is potentially a king of cups. This is a water sign, OPHIUCHUS. And again, that king is looking straight at you, or they're looking back at the past. That this is somebody who had a relationship with you. Lana Hannah in the house, Lana Hannah in the house. How are you, chica? Mega hot love vibrashe. Yeah, this is King of Cups reflecting on a relationship they had. Like really feeling like this is somebody from your past, and this is somebody that maybe you were in a relationship with, and or somebody who came into your life and then snuck out of your life. And I feel like this person is reflecting on that experience, maybe sussing out that that was some shit that went down. But I feel like it was them. Because you're focused on the pentacle, you're focused on the temperance, self-love. Your Queen of Pentacles is in the upright position. And there's so much pentacle energy here that it's like that's your focus, that's been your focus. So you're not necessarily looking back at the past right now. You're not necessarily thinking about these past people or these past lovers anymore. You're moving on, right? And that's often, I think, what triggers these cycles to come back around, is that the actual moving on then makes other people go, oh, I'm feeling so this person is coming in the upright, which means they are in their integrity, they are in their seat of power, and yet the reflection is in hindsight to whatever went down between you two was a shitty thing. And I feel that this king is starting to realize that they had a responsibility in this. I feel like they might have, in this past, they might have projected something onto you and then walked away thinking they knew it all and thinking they had you sussed out. And after all this time, this is a significant passage of time as well, 2 years, 6 years, that after this passage of time and or whatever shift you're having in your career and manifest reality, they're seeing it and or intuiting it. They're sensing that there's a change for you, and they're realizing that they fucked it. Because the judgment's in reverse and they're having to own it. They're having to take responsibility. It could well be as well that they've ended up in a relationship where they're having to compromise too much of their integrity, which is making them reflect back on your essence, realizing that they fucked it and got it wrong about you, about your nature, about the character that you are. And now they're seeing you as this abundant, loving Queen of Pentacle or King of Pentacle, all the money, all the justice, all the temperance, all that awareness. And they're realizing like, wow, I was a real dick or I was a real bitch or whatever, right? Whatever gender, flip it. This person is not what I thought. They're integrated. They do the inner work. They manifest, right? This person is starting to go, holy shit, I think this person was not at all who I thought they were. And now I wish I'd come back around. Now, being it that there's a Six of Pentacles and a Six of Cups, that could be part of the layer, is that they do end up coming back around, okay? And they are in the upright. Ooh, interesting. They are in the, I was just thinking, they are in the upright. Now we've just got a whole bunch of entrances of kings and queens all in the upright, and a tower moment that comes down. So it could be that they in a non-inviting situation or in a relationship that wasn't really working for them, the tower comes down and they might come around to make an offer for you. I feel that you're really cutting out the shits. You're skimming off the scum of your life. But bearing in mind, OPHIUCHUS, that this King of Cups is in the upright, and if you feel the connection on a heart level with this person, regardless of the past, okay, for so many of us, this is a huge part. We're not taking the past with us, so we can't base our present moment here now decisions in the past. It requires us to really burn through the past projection and feelings, and then to be very, very present with like, what's here now? What is here now? So if this King of Cups is coming back in your life to make a substantial offer in love, you're coming through then up as the Queen of Cups. So this is a match, regardless of who they were, what they did, or what you did, or blah, blah from the past. But this is a divine union because it's Six of Cups. This is a soulmate card. There's a lot of abundance too, and there's a lot of king and queen action. Bearing in mind there could be a tower moment, one of you or both of you are going to have to tear something down, or something has already come down. Part of the intuition senses is for one of you, it, or both maybe, it's the relationships that you're in, or right, it's what you were put where you were. Those energies have come down and then bringing you possibly back together with we have no wands actually, but we have a lot of pentacle cup, and then there is a king of swords. There again, there's a sense of making a decision, being decisive, knowing your heart, knowing your mind, knowing your truth in the material realm, and then being decisive with the action you're going to take. Either way, OPHIUCHUS, this is beautiful. There's really kind of high octane, I want to say, like there's 10 of pentacle, there's balance in the 6 of pentacle, there's love and union in a soulmate connection with the 6 of pentacle. Okay, there might have been a bit of like blah, 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 but like that, you're riding that out. You both, like, all the people around you are in the upright, you're in your integrity, you've overcome the judgment, you've overcome that past of compromise, of inner work, of judgment, being now you're really coming into a better space on all levels. The only thing that we haven't got is the fire energy, but considering we're in a mutable energy air sign, and the fire, the Sagittarius, those are the nodal transits, and we're in such intense times, I dare say, OPHIUCHUS, we just don't have the need for the fire right now. If anything, the earth energy, the clearing of the water, emotional energy with the groundedness of earth, that is absolutely what we need. All of us, that's what we need right now. I feel like if there were too much fire energy, we would just burn out, because things are going to start moving real fast, and we want the groundedness of earth as the waters move us, right? And then at some point, the fires will come in to help us rise, right? And help us clean up whatever mess we've made from that outpouring. I think that's it, OPHIUCHUS. I just looked up at 2233. So I'm going to close the reading down. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. I look forward to doing, I'll be preparing for the monthly update for July. So I will come on and do like a collective intuitions, which is my own personal connection to the collective, to the paradigm shift energies. And I will endeavor to go live for that. Otherwise, you guys can join the live share crew where we meet at least once a week. We're going to be doing our meetups as well, so we can really get to know each other better and hold space in a mastermind collective. That's £5.55 a month, or $888 or $11.11. So I give people different price points depending on what you can afford. And of course, if you're resonant with the readings, let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, do all that really lovely supportive things and stuff. And again, if you want to book a private reading, the information is in the description box below. It would be a joy to read for you guys. And of course, I do the online coaching to help you transform your life. So mega heart love, you guys. I can't wait to see you next month. Let me know how this month goes. And yay, I love you, Lorna. Yeah, Lorna's an amazing friend. So lots of love for all of you. Have a beautiful month of July. Let me know how it goes. And I can't wait to see you guys next month, August. Can you believe it? Can you believe that? Like, yeah. What is time? Anywho, love you. I'll see you guys next month. Take care. Peace out.